Right.
There was Jack Seddon's on the corner.
Right on corner of Orrell Lane.
Yeah. And then the next door there was two houses, which is now the post office and the chemist.
Yeah.
Well, the first one used to be a doctor's.
It was a doctor's surgery.
Yeah, Dr. Gardner.
Uh-huh.
And next door was Webster's. Now Webster, he was the registrar, you know, for births and deaths.
Yeah, yeah.
And when he packed up, he died. I don't know, but daughter got it out. I think it was all waddled, you know, in them days. Like nowadays, it'd have to be advertised and all that.
Oh, right.
And the other one, that was Gladys, I forgot the other one's name. It's married Bill Ablett. Remember Bill Ablett, shoe shop in Oxford?
Yes.
The other daughter married Bill Ablett.
Yeah.
And then after that, it was changed to it's been a barber's, and it's been a checking down the barber shop there. What else is there in there? Oh, Dick Charnock, chemist.
Yeah.
And then it's passed on to this firm that has it now.
It's still a chemist now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, Charnock's, he was quite well known for his photography, wasn't he? And,
Dick Charnock, aye.
and developing and everything, because he did a lot of that.
Aye, he had a son there. I think he finished up in Southport.
Uh-huh.
I knew his wife.
Yeah.
That was the post office one. The first one was the post office.
First one's the post office.
Yeah.
Then
And then next door was the chemist.
Chemist, yeah.
And then you you went along, and there's a place down where they have the office for taxis.
Aye, yeah.
And then there's a flat above.
Flat up over the top.
An old Albert Boardman that had the shop next to mine.
Yeah, Boardman's shop.
Well, where he lived, he'd only had one up and one down. The shop and the room behind and the room above. And they moved to there, lived there.
Over the bank.
Over the bank, yeah. Then there was the bank.
Yeah.
I think Martin's Dilly owned all that lot.
I think they owned the whole block, didn't they? And then
Well, they owned that,
down
and I think they owned the
lane.
bank at one time.
Yeah,
And down Mart Lane, they owned every house from
every house.
top to bottom on the right hand side.
Yeah.
And then, where do we go from? Bank.
We come across to Eastwoods, don't we?
Eastwoods, that was Myers before it was Eastwoods.
It was whose?
Myers.
Myers.
Myers,
Did
yeah.
they sell the same stuff?
Yes, but Les Eastwood, he never moved with the times.
No, Frank had it first, didn't he?
Frank Eastwood, yeah.
Frank had it first.
And then Les Eastwood.
Yeah.
But Les never moved with the times, you know. Like, Damage took it over. Used to be down Mart Lane.
Yeah.
Look at it now.
Yeah.
Can't ask for a wrong thing there.
They've got everything in there.
You're not going to pay for it, but you can get it.
Yeah, but if you go and travel anywhere else and get it now, you've got to pay
Got
to
to
travel.
pay, yeah.
It's costing you more
Yeah.
travelling than getting it in the village.
But it is pricey though, this stuff.
Aye.
And where's
Next door to
was
East
Ronnie
was
Walton's.
Ronnie Walton's. What was it before Ronnie Walton's?
I think it's been one or two things. I think what somebody once told me, it's been a chip shop at one time.
Yeah.
Now whether it's done it I don't know.
No.
But Ronnie Walton's, his father came from Bury
Yeah.
and he opened that shop. I know they only sold newspapers and they started selling toys.
Yeah.
But he had to get the Sunday papers off
Off you.
my father.
Yeah.
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 Old Arthur and I.
That only applied to the Sunday papers, did it?
Only Sunday papers.
They could get the weekly papers
Get the
direct.
weekly papers anywhere, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how they did work it now, papers.
No.
See, once upon a time, the Newsagents Federation, you had to be about 4 miles from Say you applied,
Yeah.
you had to be about 4 miles from another shop.
Yeah.
Now, I think anybody can get them. Like you get garages, they all sell newspapers now.
Well, they can't compete with the supermarkets. Or
Oh, they're
anything
not.
like that.
People don't buy papers like they used to.
No.
Like now, they just look on the,
Pick your phone up.
yeah, it's all
So,
on.
yeah.
And then after, where do they get to?
We've got as far as what
Walton's.
Ronnie Walton's was. Yeah.
Yeah. And then there used to be 2 houses, and one was a bank.
Yeah. Little front part was about.
Yeah.
His Pates lived behind there.
Yeah, that's right, Harry
Yeah.
Page.
Harry Pate, yeah.
Yeah. And that was the 2 houses. And then you came to the veranda.
Well, we did Sturgis's shop first.
Oh, I had Sturgis shop was the next, yeah.
Yeah.
Used to be a busy shop, that, but
It was very busy when the father had
it
it, wasn't it?
went down the neck.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know when I came out of the army, I ordered the suit. I think it was pin something, and he never got the material. Seemed to go down the neck. He moved to, I think he moved to Manchester that way.
Yeah.
Dickie,
Dickie Sturgis.
Yeah.
Yeah. He moved to Manchester.
I think he went blind or something.
Did he?
Something. Didn't he marry a Cliff?
Yeah, he married. I think it was Belcliffe. I think.
Yeah.
He married, yeah.
Good looking girl.
They
They-
all were. All
they-
Cliff girls were.
Lived up Manor Road.
Yeah.
What was that name?
That was Sturgis.
Sturgis. Then there was the Gap.
Then the Gap.
Then you got the veranda.
Yeah, and that was like it started off as Culshaw's, didn't
Yeah.
it? And then
Because I also remember they used to have 2 horse and carts.
aye,
Little A.B. Knapp.
yeah,
He lived down Victoria Street. Do you remember A.B. Knapp?
with apron on.
Yeah. And then and the other one was Waring, old John Waring. He used to drive the other. They used to go around selling vegetables.
Aye. Oh, aye, they went everywhere.
You know what they used to call it? Dummy captains.
Aye,
And now don't ask me why they called it captains, I've not a clue.
no,
And then next door was Miss Harrison's.
yeah, that's Irene Harrison's
There was 2
grandparents had that.
there was
estate.
two daughters and a son.
Yeah,
Son, yeah, I think that son had a little van,
uh-huh.
used to cart cake from Outram station.
That was his run.
Yeah. A little van, a little flat top.
Yeah,
There's 2 daughters.
now that would be Irene's mother. That would be Irene's mother. I don't recollect the other sister.
I remember.
No.
I remember the 2 sisters and the son.
Yeah,
Uh,
and then after
they
there,
used to sell sweets and
yeah,
I used to go there for snuff.
for snuff.
My grandmother used to take snuff and I used to half an ounce of snuff.
I always thought it was old Daddy Rowley in the corner that did all that.
Oh no,
No, it was there.
No,
It was there Harrison's.
it was Harrison's with snuff. Rolly never stole snuff. He was herbs.
Herbs.
Yeah.
Yes.
Aye.
Herbs.
Aye. And then next door to that was
Smiths. There used to be Smiths.
Smith's and Grocers.
Smiths the grocers.
Well, you know where they used to be?
No, go on.
Mrs. Smith had it. Before it was Mrs. Smith's, it had been Charnet's chemist.
Ah,
But before that, I don't know.
no.
But Mrs. Smith's husband died, and their shop was, you'll never guess,
Go on. You'll have to tell me because I do not remember.
top of Stanley Street. Now, babe, do you know where Stanley Street was?
What, by your shop?
Street,
Yeah.
that's lost.
And then
Stanley
Stanley
Street
Street.
was turning to the right.
Yeah.
It was a cul-de-sac, like you went to the canal.
Yeah.
And their shop was right at the top of the road.
In the houses.
Like the shop
Yeah.
in the corner.
Ah.
Frank Smith,
Well. What did they sell in that little shop? Say,
groceries.
groceries.
Yeah, grocery shop, yeah.
Yeah.
And then Mrs. Smith took it on.
Mhm.
And she moved there.
So she moved from Stanley Street
Yeah.
up at the top end of Stanley Street.
Yeah.
And she moved from there to where Graham's is
Where
now.
Graham's is now.
Yeah.
Then Graham, after Graham's,
That was,
the end of the veranda,
yeah,
and then you got to the Rushtons.
yeah.
You remember Rushtons?
Oh, yeah.
Um,
That was after the chip shop. Rushton's, I was
Oh.
Rushton's before.
Rushton, nothing there, only Rushtons.
Just Rushton's.
Yeah. And then I think there was Ruston's, and the shop on the corner was, I've forgotten his name. He never used to curse, he said flipping flopping and I think he was French polisher or something.
Aye.
They used to sell furniture and stuff.
Furniture and French polish.
Yeah. Forgot his name. Aye.
And that was where the carpet shop Hilton's is now.
Where Elton's is now, yeah.
Yeah.
He always remembered. Bob Langton's father
Yeah.
had a boat on the canal. Now, them days, you know, a lot of people lived in a house.
Oh, aye.
Where Bob Langton lived, there was Jack, Tom, Bob, George, Jandy, and two more girls. Be about 8 or 9.
Yeah.
One up, one down. And the chap used to work on the boat with him. The chap that worked for him on the boat
Yeah.
was a chap called Joe Titch. Joseph Patrick Levy. And of course when he got rid of the boat, this young chap, Titch, had nowhere to live. And my father, I know you always talk about your own was good, but I think my father must have been a good fella.
Yeah.
And he said to him, "Where are you going to live?" He said, "I'm nowhere." He said, yeah, come and live with me. He said, "I've no job." He said, "I'll get you a job." And he got him a job at the mill on the coal boat, carrying slack from the colliery to,
Yeah. Yeah.
to the mill.
Yeah.
What I was going to tell you about, he used to go to Southport once he, not straight away, but when he got settled in,
Mhm.
he used to go to Southport Saturday night. And my father used to say to, who was it? Used to be Jack Statty and Bobby Smith.
Oh, aye.
And they said, "Just keep your eye on him." I said, "I will watch him." And they were stood in Ames's, that shop, I'm telling you, on the corner.
Oh,
Bobby
God.
Ames.
Ames, yeah.
Said to him, said, "Just watch for him when he's coming off train." So Jack sat here and I think it was Bobby Smith. They went round Martinville and they got a sack wet, and they pulled it and wet through. And they stood in the corner in the doorway of Bobby Ames's. And Titch comes past and he must have been singing or doing something. And they held this sack, dropped it over his head, and went and stood on the corner of Mark Lane. Titch comes back. You want to get up road yonder?" I said, "Why, what's to do, Titch?" He said, "I'm going to attack with two of them." She said, "They'd be bloody sore though, but I didn't hammer them." And they dropped this sack off his head.
Dropped the sack over his head.
These days you'd be up for it.
Oh yeah,
Mm.
yeah. He'd have a big
But
claim.
them days,
He'd have a big claiming against
Right.
them these days.
Like Jack Saturday, not Jack Saturday, comes every Monday.
Paddy
Paddy
Wall.
Wall. Paddy comes and tells you the things that used to happen. Like, said you didn't book. There's some chap that lived up Manor Road, and he'd been drunk and making a. Said, "Did you book him?" I said, "No," I said, "Didn't book him." He said, "I didn't look more. I got done booking him." Took him home, knocked on the door, and everybody's there, like, and I've just brought him home, like, shamed him, you know.
Aye.
Never booked him. Said did him more good than.
Well, perhaps it'd be a better way of doing now what you're doing.
Same with lads.
They don't even touch them now.
No, I know. I think his name was Alan Wilson.
Oh, young Whip.
Yeah,
Aye, from down Oral Lane.
I don't know what happened to him.
Aye. Yeah, I don't know where he went
No, I
to.
know. And he must have done something and Paddy got hold of him. Didn't book him. But anything he wanted to know what was going on with lads,
Yeah.
he used to ask him. He'd tell him.
That's a good way of doing it. Ah, young Wilson,
Alan.
his dad used to have grounds.
How about?
Grounds. Wilson. Lived down Oral Lane. He used to have 2 grounds.
Grounds.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah, and didn't he marry Nell?
Yes.
Nell. Lived down Mill Lane, just past the chemist.
Yeah. I know her as
Yeah.
Nell. I didn't know what her name was before
Yeah.
she lived with him. Yeah.
Nellie. He I can't think of her name. Yeah. No, she used to go up to, used to go up to Bill Anderson's since. You remember Bill?
Oh, aye.
He was a right character.
Bill.
Oh,
He used to live next door to us up Manor Gardens. Then he moved up Chapel Lane.
I've saved him some bloody worries. Got him out of trouble twice. He was a crowd. He did some daft things.
Bill? Oh, aye. He really was a character.
He'd have been in jail once for me twice. I paid for a bloody barrister for him. Second time, I said, "You'll be in jail this time." I said, you don't want to solicit you on the barrister. I never got paid. He built that wall from bridge. You know, there's a small wall,
Yeah.
not a stone wall, there it was a wall, full length.
Yeah.
That was part of it. I never got to it. He was a character, was Bill. He was working till he was about 80.
Oh, yeah.
He was a boss in Liverpool there.
Mhm.
Not Ken, the other son Kenny and Frank.
Frank played for England in
Yeah.
the Union.
Frank, you know where he went to?
He lives in France most of the time.
No.
No?
He was in Bootle.
Uh-huh.
Not Bootle in Liverpool, Bootle in Lake District.
Lake District.
Yeah. And Ken, now I don't know what Ken does.
Kenny, I don't know what he's doing, but lives around Coppell.
He's a joiner,
Yeah.
but I think he works at this chap that I think he owns Blackpool Tower. Wealthy fella. I think he does a lot of work for him.
Yeah.
Now, is it-
That's the fella that owns Preston Football Club, isn't it?
is it the same?
Same fella, yeah. Now, Bill Anderson's brother, he used to play for Wakefield,
Yeah,
Wakefield Trinity. Yeah.
rugby.
Rugby
And
league.
Frank, he used to play for, he got in trouble once.
Yeah.
He was an amateur and he went professional.
He was playing rugby union but played rugby league at the
Aye.
same time. Aye.
He used to train, he used to run to Wigan.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Used to have a lot of fun with them.
yeah,
A lot of fun with
we
them.
used to go every Sunday, because was my cousin, I used to call cousin Nan,
Yeah.
Nan Anderson, and they lived in Chapel Lane. And he was a fool, you know. I got him a lot of work.
Yeah.
When I went to school then, he did a lot of work for me.
Yeah.
Not paying, right? And the vicar, Smith, he was the vicar of Burscough.
Yeah.
He was the chairman of the church diocese board, and he used to have a meet. He used to have a meeting every month at the Floral Hall, and they'd decide such a place wanted work doing. So he asked me who was doing mine. I told him. I said, he's a bit of a character, like, but he's a good Vicky. I said, just what I want. And he got a lot of work from the church.
Yeah.
He got in with the architect. But he had no idea about pricing. Like, if you wanted a shed building, or a garage building, you'd say, how much, Bill? £100.
Yeah.
Never, you know, it's stupid. And where he lived at Chapel Lane, I don't know if you know this, but there's a big orchard went to the end,
That's right. Yeah. Yeah.
and he built a house for himself
Yeah.
and 2 bungalows.
2 bungalows in the land. Yeah.
And the son bought one,
Yeah.
Frank, and he saw the other, I think it was a teacher, I think she's still in the same house.
Uh-huh.
He never counted land in. He just got paid for building a house.
Yeah. Just for building
Yeah.
the house.
And, a chap called Arthur Brown used to do his books for him. Well, he'd no experience with costing, you know.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.